your God. The white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white man. Need to stop it. Ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone be. Boy, ask you to stop it. Ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I tell you once, won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know that it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and know boy, your ass need to stop it, ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay solid, I got it, let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, I ain't no token when we got the flow. I ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? That for a failure, bitch, I can't afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that U.P.K banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground. Nah, this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We would not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pass. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit the prayer up to the Lord. I told him, then let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race to make merchandise out of my abuse. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round, take round, take round. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth. Nigga, cool yo. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till
person, I can't let no hold a lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. Who took that oath in blood? Do you know I'm gon' get active with you? Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jack the Ripper. So war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he said something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't on who got this gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
What up? Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakathum to all the Akim, Yahweh Shema Thum by Shem Yahshua to all the Akwathim. We the I.S.U.P.K Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, start out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible, and the truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, and that our oppressor, the white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We're not affiliated with any other Christian church or Hebrew Israelite group. 1 West is home with the truth. If it's not 1 West under command of General Yahanna, it's not the truth. It's not the truth, right? We're going, if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, you want to bring them up, go ahead, type them in the chat. Type them in the chat. We're going to get through all questions. We're going to get through all concerns, all comments, and whatnot. Why? Because this is what school is all about. It's not the Christian church. It's not where you come in and you just sit there and shut your mouth. You're supposed to come here and learn. That's what the church is supposed to be. But since they are an extension of white supremacy, that's not what's going on. You don't get your questions answered in church.
Right.
If you want, and even if you do get a question in there, it's going to be a wrong answer. Why? Because they don't know nothing about the church. They don't know nothing about the Bible. Church is a hen house, a cat house.
Right.
Has nothing to do with the Bible and these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? What we're gonna get into is what's been going on in the world today. What's been going on in the world today? If you ask a Christian, he's gonna send up prayers so that it'll be peace in the Middle East. Nah, Slim. Nah, you don't want peace in the Middle East. You absolutely do not want peace in the Middle East. And if it was, if the people that occupy our land were actually the people of the book, if there was actually the people of the book, then there would already be peace on earth. There would already be peace in the Middle East. So there wouldn't be no need to study war. That's scripture. That's biblical. But because they are not who they say they are, but are the synagogue of Satan, we have a conflict going on right now. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Hamas attacking Israel and Israel retaliating on Hamas. Now, why is that happening? Why is that happening? It's a whole lot of stuff going on, you know. And it started. We're gonna do a little history. We're gonna get into a little history of what's been going on in the Middle East, what the world calls the Middle East, but really, what's going on in our land. Look like you got something. Is there something? Okay. What's been going on? I sent you a few articles. We're gonna get into it in a hot second. What's been going on in the Middle East? Like I said, Hamas attacked Israel. Hamas attacked Israel. Now, before I get into it, let me just put in a disclaimer. I am in no way, shape, or form advocating for Hamas or the Palestinians, nor am I in any way, shape, or form advocating for the nation of Israel, the Israelis that is over there occupying this land. All I'm doing is simply reporting to you the current events that's happening, and I'm relating it back to what's going on in the Bible. I am not for it, and I'm not for either party. Only thing I'm for is for the Most High's will be done. That's it. That's it. If you have any questions about that, just keep watching and see what I'm talking about, what I'm about to bring out. So the people that call themselves Israelis got that land from the British, the Australians, and the good old folks at the United Nations. They came together and said, "This is your land now." This is right after World War WWII, after the second woe, that according to the scripture. After the second woe, people that look like them put those people in a land that was already occupied by somebody else. That somebody else was the Palestinians. That is the Jews that was rounded up all over Europe and brought to concentration camps and throughout Europe. Once they were liberated, they needed a place to go. They didn't want to be held up with their slave masters or near their slave masters anymore. They wanted a land of their own. So the British, the Australians, and the United Nations, with the help of the U.S., annexed the land where people was already living. Like I said, these people were the Palestinians. They came in there and they took the land and they called it Israel. And they declared it a state, even though there was people already there. And it was already people living there. It was already a sovereign state there. They came in and took it. And because, this world, this kingdom is ruled by the oppressor, there was nobody that can, say there was no power in the Palestinians' hands to say, hey, this is wrong. You can't do this to us. We're going to fight back. And you know what? They actually fought back. They did fight back, but it was, Israel, even though they were coming out of, captivity. And you know what I just found out? I found out that time when they came from Europe, all over Europe, into Israel, you know what they call that time period?
From Europe to Israel?
Yeah. They called it the Exodus. These bastards called it the Exodus.
How am I not surprised?
They dead ass called it the Exodus. even though interesting, right? Even though the things that happened to the so-called Jews during the 30s and the 40s over there in Europe, I do not advocate for what was going on in there, but that was a white on white crime. That was family squabble. It had nothing to do with us.
Right.
But don't compare what went on with you to what is actual, to what happened in the Bible. You left the land, you left the land and went into and took somebody else's land and called it Exodus, pretending that you were really us, right? So these people that was there, the Palestinians, we're gonna get into a little bit of that. The people that are actually there, the Palestinians, they have something to say about that. They didn't have any power. They didn't have any backing. They didn't have the backing of the world, to say this is wrong. You can't do this to us. This is our homes. We've been living here for how long? For generations long, right? Anybody who was living in Jerusalem, as of right now, they split it up into sections or whatnot. East Jerusalem belongs to the Palestinians. West Jerusalem belongs to the so-called Jews, right? And then they gathered everybody that was up in the land of Israel. They gathered all those people up, all the Palestinians up, and moved them to what's called the West Bank, the Gaza Strip. And it was also a place called the Shalakia. Let me look at it. It's like the Golan Heights. Golan Heights. Golan Heights, right? So they moved them all over there. And just to make this clear, this is like, if anybody's ever been in New York City, this is like, and just in comparison, as far as scale wise, they lived all over Israel. Let's just call New York City Israel, right? And Central Park is a Gaza Strip. That's where they moved them. Okay. To a little sliver of land. The Gaza Strip right there, where the Palestinians have been, brought. That is one of the most densely populated areas in the world. It's just packed in. Why? Because they were spread out. They were living all over the land. But once they came in there, and the United Nations, the British and the Australians rounded everybody. Like I said, rounded everybody up. This is history. This is Googleable history. I don't even know if Googleable is a word, but when I said it, you know exactly what I meant. This is Googleable history, so you can look this up for yourself. They rounded everybody up and put all the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. That's that. They said this is your land now, and it's a small sliver of land where they used to where the West, I would call, said that they were allowed to live. So they put them in that little strip. The whole time the Palestinians were fighting. The whole time where they were voicing it, they were fighting. There were skirmishes and whatnot. But even to this day, the U.S., United Nations, whoever is giving Israel billions and billions of dollars in aid. Whether it's money, whether it's military might, whether it's pharmaceuticals, whatever it is they need for them to be a country, for them to be state, that Iron Dome is funded by everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's funded by everybody else. And from what I understand, that Iron Dome isn't ain't as iron as we thought it would. But we're gonna get into that in a hot second. So after a number of years, I want to say they went in there in 46, 47 or something like that. Mm-hmm. They declared independence in 1948 or something like that. Around there, 48, 49, they declared their independence. And as you know, the whole world recognized their them being a state. No one recognized the Palestinian state. No one recognized the Palestinians. Do you know how it's required generally throughout the whole world? In order for you to go from one country to another, you need something called a passport. In order for you to have a passport, you have to have one granted to you from the country that you live in. Right. Do you know the world does not recognize Palestine as a country? So how are they supposed to get, passports? How are they supposed to leave that sliver of land that they were rounded up and put into. It's ironic, I will say. It's ironic how the way they did Palestinians, especially seeing as how they just came out of what happened to them. You understand what I'm saying? It may have went over your head. It's kind of ironic how the way they dealt with the Palestinians, seeing as how they just got dealt with in a very similar fashion. They were all rounded up, all tagged and bagged and told to go into one small area, one barrel. They can't go outside, and if they need to go outside, they need some papers. And you know what? Ever since then, the Israeli government, the Israeli army, has occupied the Gaza Strip. Ever since they came over there and rounded them up and put them in there, they're occupied 100%. They have never been not occupied. I know that's horrible English, but Negroes understand what I'm saying. You know, they have never not been occupied. They've always been occupied by a people that hate them. Now, if someone's getting bullied, and we're gonna go into a little some of what's been going on over there. Someone's been bullied, there's only so much they're gonna stand, before they're gonna be like, hey, stop it, cut it out, leave me alone. Until they actually put actions to their words, until they actually put actions to their words. So long story short, they took their land, they rounded them up, and they put them in a place where they're occupied and they can't leave without their permission. Man, that sounds familiar. All too familiar. I don't know what it is with the oppressor, but man, they love to just round people up and get them in one small area so they can keep tabs on them. Where do you think they got the idea for the concentration camps from? Yep. They got that from the concentration camps that it's not called concentration camps over here because it's just associated with something that's horrible and horrendous. What they call them is reservations. It make it sound like it's something cool, like, hey, you want to make a reservation? They make it sound something that doesn't have a lot of sting to it. But don't you forget it is a concentration camp. And our Native American Indian brothers and sisters are still on concentration camps right now. Right now. Now I'm not comparing, the Palestinians to us, but where do you think the Israeli government got that idea from? They were in concentration camps, and those people that put them in concentration, everybody who's rounding people up and putting them in concentration camps, that's like the MO for Esau. It's like MO for Esau. It's like, you had something?
No.
Okay. This is exactly what they just love to do. They did it to the Asians over on the west coast of America during World War II. They did that. Then they did it to our Native American Indian brothers and sisters in the 17, 18, 1900s, 2000s. And they're going to keep having our brothers and sisters on the reservations until Christ come back and save us. That's who needs to be saved. Right there. And this is crazy. We're gonna get into that, a little bit later. But just look at how the way, interactions between the police and Black and Hispanic and Native American Indian people. Right. Just look at that. They're occupying our territory. They're occupying. You go to any, where there's a big concentration of Negroes or Latinos, and you'll see the ever presence of the occupying force there. You'll see the lights, or you'll see a car stowed away, but that car looks different. Doesn't look like a regular everyday civilian car. It looks like the occupying forces car. And if the vehicle, the manpower isn't physically there, I don't know if they have it in your cities, but over here in the DMV area, they'll have like a box, like a big box with a pole going up about 15, 20 feet up with police lights on the top and cameras 360. You know what I'm talking about, bro?
Slightly.
Yeah. They'll have those damn near on every corner. They'll have those damn near on every corner. Why? Why? Because they are an occupying force to check us. Now, if you go into a predominantly other neighborhood, doesn't matter even if it's an African neighborhood, you go into an Italian neighborhood, you go into Chinatown, you know what I'm saying? You go into Little Korea, you go into Little Italy, you go into somebody else's area, you're not going to see nothing like that. Why? Because they're occupying us. They're occupying our territory. Wherever we live, they're terrorizing us. They're pushing us to a boiling point. They're pushing us to a boiling point. And for those of us that don't have the truth, we're going to tip that table over. There's only but so much we can stand before, we take matters into our own hands. And what I'm saying is absolutely you cannot do that. You shouldn't do that. That is not the way to go. Don't get it twisted. I am not advocating for any type of violence against anybody.
Right.
Unprovoked. What I'm saying is the pain, the anger that you're feeling because of this, the side effects of what this occupying forces are doing to you. You need to come in here and learn how to channel that. Not only learn how to channel that, but just know that the time of Esau is the end of Esau is near.
Right.
There's all the events that happened with Eric Garner and Sandra Bland and Tatiana Jefferson. Is it Tatiana Jefferson? Tatiana.
Yeah, Tatiana.
Yeah, Tatiana. Is it Jefferson?
I believe it is.
It's like if I'm butchering her name. Both them, John. Freddie Gray. I look at what's that?
So
Michael Brown. Alton Sterling. All these brothers and sisters that were murked by our oppressor for showing our ID or saying I am not going to be harassed by you anymore, or for trying to earn trying to hustle and earn another living by selling some CDs. You know what I'm saying? Every time I hear about a tragic, or just babysitting my nephew, playing video games in my own house, eating ice cream in my own house. Every time I hear about something like that, don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. I get angry, I get pissed off about what's going on, and I do want to do something about it. But there's a right thing and there's a wrong thing. You know what the wrong thing? Let's go with that. The wrong thing. The wrong thing to do out there is to go do what they did to us. That is the absolute wrong thing to do. Do you know what the right thing to do is? And it's the only way that we can ensure our victory is to do what Commander General Yahanna has taught us to do. What is that? To follow orders. The orders that we have gotten for so long. Stop selling drugs. If you lay with a woman, that is your woman forever. You ain't to put her away. Woman, if you're with a man, if you lay with a man, that is your husband forever until death do you part. Don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Don't celebrate wicked holy holidays. These are very simple and basic rules like that. Here's some harder rules that shouldn't be hard. I saw a video where this woman was getting married to this man, and they was going through the wedding vows. And the wedding vows, and she was saying, to have, to hold, she was like, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, for richer or for poor. He was like, for richer or for poor. And she was like, what? For richer or poor? Come on, say it. Yeah, she was like, I don't know. What you mean for rich or poor? It's like, come on, for richer or poor. Repeat after me. She was like, for richer.
For richer.
Yeah. Hard-headed. He should, if he didn't lay with her, he should have just walked out. But I know he didn't lay with her, so it was already a done deal. And then he went on to go on to be obedient and whatnot. She was like, "No, we ain't go over that, Pastor. We ain't go over that in counseling." And everybody was laughing, but that joke wasn't funny. That it wasn't funny at all. And he was like, "Come on, to be obedient," and she was like, "Nah, you gotta move on. Go on to the next one." And he went on to the next one. See, stuff like that. It may be easy to not go out and murk somebody, It may be easy to not go out and what's a big one? It may be easy if you're a Christian and not go out to bow down to a stone, to Allah. It may be easy to not worship, Namyo Ho Rengekyo. Some of these things might be easy to you, but take your child off take your baby daddy off of child support. Right. Now let's see how hard that is. How about this? This is one of the biggest ones. Stop eating shrimp, right, crab, pork, and lobster. Right. How about this? Here's a real hard one. Forgive your brother. Yep. Forgive your sister. Now that's real hard. Now, in order for us to get some get back at Esau, this is how we do it. We forgive our brothers and sisters. We take our baby daddy, and there's some cases right now, baby mamas take them off child support. Man, if that woman did not lay with another man, is your woman for the rest of your life. I didn't see something at camp that it was 2 weeks in a row. Some woman was going at this dude like he was nothing. She was in his face like, you are big. You ain't know what you gonna do. What you gonna do? And everybody, people was just looking at her like, yo, what you gonna do? If that's your woman, if you laid with her, that's your woman. You cannot leave her. You're gonna need to learn how to tame that dragon. You can't put your hands on her to make her, comply. You can't do. If you want the Eric Garners to stop, if you want, the Sandra Blands to stop, if you want, Trayvon Martin to those incidents with Trayvon Martin, you want that to stop, you're gonna have to tame that dragon. You can't leave her. Otherwise, if you do disobey the Most High God, his law, statutes, and commandments, we're gonna have a lot more Trayvon Martins. We're gonna have a lot more Tatiana Jeffersons. We're gonna have a lot more Sandra Blands. We're gonna have a lot more Botham Johns. And we're not gonna have this. Give me Obadiah 1. And let's start from 1. Okay. Let's start from 1.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning Esau, Edom is the white people. The white people. All right. This is Esau. The biblical term for Caucasians is Edom or Esau. Right. So this is what thus saith the Lord God concerning our oppressor. Keep going.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise thee, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Right. So this is what they're saying. Let us rise up against her in battle. This is nothing but Esau. Esau is saying, they want to battle. They love to fight. Let's keep going.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Hold on. He said, I made these small among the heathen. Now, why do you say he made these small, but when they're, the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, the number 4, and however, top 10 most powerful nations on earth. They may have military might, but if you actually look at it, Esau is a least in number in the world, and their numbers are declining. Their numbers are declining. You ever seen? You ever seen a Edomite Edomite woman? The reason why I ain't gonna say that, but you ever seen the? Okay, I'll say this: women with actual curvature. You know what I'm talking about? With actual, a shape, has an easier time birthing children. That's just doesn't matter what race you come from. A woman with wider hips it's just easier for them to have natural births. Why? Because that's even if the hips are smaller, just when a woman gets pregnant, the hips naturally just widen just so that the baby can come out, right? That's just natural. Now there's races of people that have more curvature than others, right? Though in times past, even just 100 years ago, I say 100 years ago, that sounds like a lot, but that's really a wrinkle in time. 100 years ago, people were dying either were either passing away in childbirth, or the children were passing away during childbirth. That wasn't not that long ago. People were having 5 to 10 pregnancies throughout their lifetime, and they would have 4, maybe 5 that would actually live till term and pass and whatnot. Some of that has a little to do with just biology and how the way the woman is shaped. Some of that, I'm not saying all of it. Some of that has something to do with that. You look at them Edomites, and they built like this right here. You know what I'm saying? Or smaller. That C-section helped them. Really, that C-section helped them, because this was giving birth, and they didn't have access to that type of procedure, historically speaking. And sisters was still giving birth, popping them out. And Esau was such a devil, they made him go back out in the field either that day or within that week. Because I want to see them destroyed, I am not going to throw away my woman. I'm not going to sell drugs to my people, to anybody. I'm not going to do drugs. I'm not going to be a fiend. And when I say fiend, people think of smoking crack. I'm talking about them weed heads too. I'm not going to be some alcoholic drunk. Just because alcohol is legal, just because alcohol, let me take it one by one. Just because alcohol is legal doesn't mean you can just binge on it and drink yourself into a stupor. Right. Just because weed is legal doesn't mean you can smoke it and be a filthy, disgusting drug addict. Just because Esau says you can do something, Esau also says that a man can marry a man. Why you ain't doing that? Because it's wrong. It's disgusting on a minute level. It's wrong, right? Right. And because I want to see Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians on top again, and I want to see the Most High put Esau in his place, I am going to do what he tells me to do. So I'm not going to throw away, again, I'm not going to throw away my woman. I'm not going to hate my brother. If I have a problem with him, I'm going to go to him and him alone, and we're going to work it out. If we can't work it out, we're going to bring in some a mediator or 7. And we're going to handle it that way. Right? But at the end, he's still going to be my brother. I'm not going to celebrate, Esau's holidays. I'm not going to eat pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster. I'm not going to do none of that stuff. Right? And because of that, this is going to be, if I can endure to the end, Lord allow, this is going to be my reward. Let's keep reading.
Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Right?
Thou art greatly despised.
And you look at Esau, even though they're held on a pedestal, they're still greatly despised. No one likes them. They don't even like themselves. How do I know this? Because Russians are at war with the Ukrainians. And there's a whole lot of nations that are feeding the Ukrainians arms and aid so that they can fight the Russians back. Let's keep going. They're totally despised. Keep reading.
The pride of thine heart have deceived thee.
They are so proud that they're, they think that they're invincible, that they can do anything that they want to. Well, ask them, what's going on in the Middle East right now, how proud they are. They didn't think what's happened to them would happen to them. They did not think that. Why? Because the pride of their heart has truly and utterly deceived them. They said this is the deadliest attack in over 50 years. That's saying something. That's saying something. Hold on, 50. Hold on, Salakia. Let me just do some math real quick. Let me just do some math real quick.
70 years.
Yeah, concert. So the 6-day war that they had with Egypt, that was 56 years ago. 70 something, just like Cap Mar said to Water, sir. That nation is only but just about 70, maybe a little more years old. So this is one of the deadliest attacks that they've had since that 6-day war, and almost in its entirety since the nation was recognized as a nation.
Right.
But the pride of their heart, they didn't think anything like this could happen. They keep messing with Hamas, with the Palestinians. They didn't think they can't do anything with them. They're occupying their space. Not only are they occupying their space, we're going to read it. We're going to get to it. But they have them on not an embargo. What do you call that? Where they I think it's an embargo. Land, sea, and air. Nothing comes in or out unless they approve it. Nothing comes in or out of Palestine unless the nation of Israel approves what goes on in that land. The pride of their heart deceives them. Let's keep reading.
The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
So when they say the dwells in the clefts of the rock, keep going.
Whose habitation is high.
Whose habitation is high. The Most High God made it so that these people are just you just can't live with them. You just can't live peaceably with them. The Most High had to put them so far up damn mountains that they can't interfere with anybody. The clefts of the Captain Caveman, that's Esau right there. The caveman from is it Geico commercials?
Yeah.
The Neanderthals, that's them. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to deal with people. So they should be in the clefts of the mountains. They call themselves this Caucasians. Why? Because that's in the mountains. This is where they came from. This is where they came from. They shouldn't be around anybody. They shouldn't be around anybody. And the Most High is going to fix that. He's going to make that right. Only thing is, we have to get right. We have to get right, because if we are still in this, slave mentality, most of our people are still in this slave mentality. When I say slave mentality, I'm talking about, wanting revenge. We don't want revenge. We want justice.
Right.
Someone who's not slave-minded doesn't want revenge. They want justice. Why? Because here's the difference between revenge and justice. Our foremothers and forefathers were sexually assaulted. Revenge would say they would want to go and sexually assault them back. That's revenge. No, what we want is justice. They need to pay for the things that they've done. They need to pay for the things that they've done. And what does that mean? That means servitude. You are going to serve me until the Most High God says you don't have to serve me no more. That's restitution. That's what, that's how civilized, the Bible is. We want justice. Once we get out of that slave mentality, once we get out of that, why? And the reason why I say that, if the Most High comes and sends Christ back right now and puts us on top, we're going to be right back down at the bottom. Right now, the reason being is because we don't know how to be brothers to one another. We don't know how to be sisters to one another. You know what I'm saying? We making songs like Pound Town. Mm-hmm. We making songs like you know some of these other Jones. You know, it's just ridiculous and glorifying the absolute wrong thing. Glorifying the absolute wrong thing. We shouldn't be doing that, right? So he's talking about the people who live in the clefts of the mountains. Let's keep reading.
Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Exactly. It's just saying in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? You think they think the Palestinians are going to bring me down? They ain't got nothing. They can't even go and visit other countries if they want to. They can't, they can't import certain goods unless we say it's good. Who's gonna bring us down? Them? They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. Nothing. Who's gonna bring us down? Okay. Keep reading. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle. What did but I was gonna say Salaki. What did that Edomite say when he landed on the moon?
One giant step for mankind.
One small leap for man, one giant step for mankind. What else did he say? He said the eagle has landed.
The eagle has landed, yep.
He said the eagle has landed. What is this stinking nation? What is the mascot? The bald eagle. Let's go a little bit back in time. What is what's Hitler's mascot? The eagle, the iron eagle. What is Rome? Rome had the eagle as well. Rome had the eagle as well. He exalted himself as an eagle. Keep going.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars. And they be building, these skyscrapers, these tall buildings or whatnot. You can say that's among the stars. Or how about this? Planting your flag on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Planting your flag on the moon. And then setting sites for Mars. Have their habitations among the stars, right? Keep going.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Thence he will bring you down, saith the Lord. The Most High is going to do it. Just like the Tower of Babel. Y'all try to, climb your way up to heaven. And the Most High destroyed that tower. This is what Esau is doing. That's when he's going to bring you down. Let's get a little something. So let's go to that article. Hold on. What happened in Israel and Gaza?
The article.
Mm-hmm. I sent you two of them, but I don't know if it was the first one or the second one.
Okay, what is happening in Israel and Gaza?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and read.
Yeah.
What is happening in Israel and Gaza? A look at the war with Hamas. A look at 3 days of conflict after an offensive was launched from Gaza to Israel. Israel on Monday threatened to track down and punish Hamas fighters while announcing a quote-unquote total blockade of the Gaza Strip following a surprise weekend attack by the armed Palestinian group.
All right, so it's actually two groups, Hamas and we're gonna read it, but it's like Islam something that attacked, but Hamas was the ringleader, right? And they attacked Israel Of course, you can hear what damage was. They said, well, we're gonna read that. Keep going.
What happened between Israel and Moscow on Saturday? About 6:30 a.m., many Israelis woke up to sirens after rockets was fired from the Gaza Strip. Hamas said it launched 5,000 rockets in an initial barrage.
So they said they launched about 5,000 missiles, and they said it's all this happening around 20 minutes. All this happening around 20 minutes. They launched a ton of doggone rockets that landed. Many of them landed in Israel. Right? Keep going.
Israel's military said 2,500 rockets were fired.
We don't know the one true number, so it's between 2,500 and 5,000. But this we do know is thousands of rockets.
It's a lot if I may. I know the article that just started, but it's kind of lovely to me, to where,
ain't it though? It's
lovely, like the times, like meaning like to see that these things is coming to fruition. Like as soon as I started reading the article, it said about 6:30 a.m. Like I just started to imagine how it was like. It always gets me how America, because of how, and things have not been safe if we just simply turn on the news, but it's how comfortable the people have become in America to where we honestly don't believe a lot of these things can happen. Yeah, I mean, like the Capitol, raid, like that was like a huge thing. It was on every channel. It was on Compton Goddamn Network.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was everywhere.
What's the kids got to know about? Why they gotta let the kids know about this?
You know what I'm saying? So like to see like, okay, the fact that this thing could, is going to come to America to where, 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna come a time frame where we're not even worried about going to the slavery. You seeing 95 down, 495 down, like the bridge collapse. You seeing things that you never ever really, put into your membrane, your imagination to really think is gonna happen. Route 1 under rubble. I mean, sirens, waking up to actual sirens in the United States. So to see it going on in Israel, and the first question I had, maybe you can answer it, but it kind of like reminded me of the Pentagon a little bit. But it's kind of like for you to have I thought it was number one of the most defensive, the Iron Dome or whatever it's called to protect you, and then boom, these missiles fired, and that failed. That didn't stop anything. I mean, 5,000 missiles. It started to really put things into perspective. Like this thing is, we talk about the war all the time, but it's most definitely like reality. You know what I'm saying? These cats over here in Israel right now, the high schoolers is not worried about going to school right now. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, there is no midterm exams. None of those things going on. So it's like, damn, like, okay, to put all those things in perspective, surely World War III is on the brink. Like it's dead. It's real right now. Protected. Iron Dome. High schoolers is not thinking about school tomorrow. They thinking about, they're not thinking about the average thing that a human thinks about when they think life is all good. What am I gonna wear? What's the trend? What's the TikTokers? TikTokers in Israel are not doing them dances right now. They dodging missiles, hoping that the missile does not land on them. And that's one hell of a mindset a mind space to be in at the time.
That's heavy. That's heavy what you're saying. 100% exactly right. Because just like the brother said, they ain't worried about what's going on tomorrow. They're not worried about what they're gonna wear. They're not worried about that exam that they had to study for. They're thinking about the funeral that they're gonna have to go to. They're thinking about the hospital. They're gonna have to visit their someone that was hurt in the bombings. And just like they they said. They had I don't know if you know, but they had something called the Iron Dome. What is the Iron Dome? The Iron Dome is a multi-billion-dollar. I would say go as far as multi-million-dollar missile defense system, where a missile or a rocket gets launched into Israeli airspace. The Iron Dome calculates where it's going in projection and then shoots it down before it can get, into we're supposed to get into. That right there, that Iron Dome, put a lot of Israelis at ease. They toted the power of it, you know, how the way is impenetrable, and if it does, something gets through, it's not gonna hit, you know, it's not gonna hit populated areas or whatnot. Hamas says, "Hold my beer, hold my falafel." I don't know what they drink. hold my falafel, and they shot off, according to them, 5,000 rockets. Between 2,500 and 5,000 rockets at that Iron Dome. And you know how many people are killed? Killed at least 600. The toll is rising. At least 600 people. And I want to say it was something like, I think we're going to read it in here. 600 people and around, you know, 1,800 people were injured. That false protection. That false protection. Now, what do you think the Most High is? Now that's Hamas. That's some ragtag, you know, even though there's claims that they're being backed, because Hamas is historically backed by Iran, right? So that's some ragtag, you know, some ragtag group. Now, what is America going to do? What is America going to do when the Most High sends Christ back? Right. On them chariots with 200 million angels. The U.S. has, you know, ICB missiles. They have, you know, some drones. They have unmanned, you know, flying vehicles and whatnot. When I say drones, a lot of times people think a drone is just, you know, something like this big. They think it's something like this big and has, you know, like wing propellers and whatnot. They have some drones like that, but that's, you know, that's a consumer base. When they say drones that's unmanned and whatnot, they're talking about, you know, a plane, like a however big a plane is, as big as that is, a real plane, something like that. That's big, probably as big as this room right here, from wall to wall, and probably a house over, wingspan, 2 houses over, wingspan. Those are the drones that the U.S. operates in. You know, you've seen those black and white where they have, you know, Call of Duty, and when they, you know, you have air, you know, the air support coming in, and it has like a black and white, you know, camera, and then you just see, and then they launch something, and then boom, it blows up. That's a U.S., you know, might. That's what they have. That's what they have. But that's going to be absolutely nothing when Christ comes back. You think, you know, your drones and your military might and your American will is going to stop Christ? It's not. Your special forces, your special training, all that stuff is going to go out the window. It's going to be like a child. You know how those comedies or commercials, not commercial, cartoons, where a big guy is fighting a little guy and he's just holding them out, and the guy's just, you know, it's gonna be something like that. Yep. It's gonna be total outclass, just like them little rockets that Hamas, you know, fired off, all 2,500 to 5,000 of them. He's gonna get past that iron wall. Right? Let's keep reading.
The strength, sophistication, and timing of the morning attack apparently surprised Israel.
So hold on. You gotta read between the lines. Like I said, they're occupying Gaza. They're occupying them. So they believe that they have, you know, the intel, you know, on how the way they operate and their capabilities. So they said the strength, which was the firepower, they didn't believe that they have 2,500 to 5,000, you know, rockets. They didn't believe that they could do that. The sophistication, they said these niggas are stupid. Salakia. They said they're stupid. They don't have the wits to plan something like this. And then the timing of the early morning tide. It was like they some lazy bunch of, you know what, nothings. Hey, listen, when you're dealing with the people that is tired of your there is no such thing as it's too early. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as, hey, you know, we can't plan this. They planned it, they got everything together, and they executed it. Not only did they send rockets in, but did you know they occupied cities, settlements throughout Israel? They occupied settlements and they took hostages. They still have hostages.
Some of them were murdered.
What's that?
Some of them, from what I heard, are American hostages too.
Yeah. That are not Israel. Yeah. So these people are not playing. They for 75 years, they've either lived and grown up from the place where we're like, hey, my grandfather owned that house right there. My great uncle lived right across the street from my grandfather. And then my grandmother, when she got married, she moved down the block over there. They have stories passed down saying, hey, we used to live over there. This is our family's area. This is where our families live. For 75 years, they just had to wait and look and see it be defiled by some other people. And those other people looking down on them and talking bad to them, talking down on them for generations, for over 75 years. And these people had enough. That's all I can stand, and I can't stand no more. Let's gather about 5,000, rockets, and let's go see about that. So after they launched some rockets, they invaded the land. They invaded the land and took hostages. That's why they say this is one of the deadliest attacks in over 50 years. Let's keep reading.
The strength, sophistication, and timing of the morning attack apparently surprised Israel, which has one of the world's most high-tech intelligent setups.
See, right there, just like the scripture was saying, it was saying, what was his socket? It was saying, the pride of your heart has deceived you. The pride of your heart has deceived you. That's why they're surprised. Let's keep reading.
Hamas fighters crossed from the Gaza Strip into southern Israel with motorcycles, pickup trucks, paragliders.
You know what paragliders is? That's the thing, you know.
They blow in there like G.I. Joe retaliation.
What? And this is not a military. This is a group. They flew in. They came in on motorcycles. They came in on what was it? Pickup trucks. They came in on paragliders and speedboats and attacked 22 locations.
So, Lockie, if I may, this sound, I'm getting tired of America not profiling these things. Because what I heard here, I ain't heard nothing about no spinners. I ain't hear nothing about no, you know what I'm saying, no what we be riding in. Everything I'm hearing here sounds very Esau-ish. Pickup trucks, you know what I mean? Coming in there with paragliders. We stay on the ground. You know what I mean? We not coming in on no paragliders, motorcycles. This sound like the capital. This sound like, this sound a lot like the nature of our oppressor. Yeah, I mean, we ain't even reading no actual, you know what I mean, like race of these things, but just our oppressor instead of all of these races. It sounded real familiar as far as what they what's the word, looted or not eluded, attacked this place on over there in Israel.
Yeah, exactly. Let's keep reading.
And speedboats and attacked 22 locations.
So this is a very, very thought out, well planned out attack and in retaliation. This is what happened. Keep going.
Hamas military commander Mohammed Deif called the operation Al-Aqsa, All
right, so this he called it Al-Aqsa storm, which is, hey, he's telling them, hey, we named this operation Al-Aqsa storm because this is direct retaliation to the attack that Israel did on Al-Aqsa mosque. Now, this place, the Al-Aqsa mosque, have you ever seen a picture of Israel and they have that dome, that golden dome in Israel? That is the Al-Aqsa mosque. And that mosque is the third holiest site in all of, Islam. Number one being Mecca, number two being Medina, and number three, this place, the Al-Aqsa Mosque. And the story behind the Al-Aqsa Mosque is that supposedly Muhammad was teleported from, yes, I said teleported. You wonder why we call it a comic book. But he said he was teleported from Medina to that mosque. That's why they say it's the third holiest site in all of Islam, right? Now, that is a conflict because right now, Israel, the nation of Israel, is saying that that's a site where Solomon had his temple, the famous temple that that was all in Jerusalem and whatnot. Only thing that's left supposedly is a wall, right? So they believe that site where they raised that mosque is a site of where Solomon had constructed the temple. And if you ever seen any like documentaries or anything like that, you got a bunch of the Edomites, at the wall putting little prayers. They put the prayers into the wall, and then they go to the wall and they pray and they shake the head, like this, like they're in a rock band and whatnot. They listen to some rad tunes. They be like this, you know what I'm saying? That's the site. That's the site that would happen, right? So it's supposed to be a shared location because the Jews, the so-called Jews, say that's where Solomon built the temple, and that's where during the Crusades when Islam won, they tore it down and built a mosque there, right? And that's where supposedly Muhammad teleported in there and whatnot. So it's supposed to be shared. Only Muslims can go in there and pray, but everybody else can just visit a certain portion of it. And it's actually split off. Like they have a certain location within it. It's split off. I seen a documentary on it a while back, but it's split off. So long story short, Israel, the army had a smash and grab there. They just kicked in the door, raided the place, pepper sprayed everybody, and made several arrests during one of their high holy days, one of their holidays, sometime back in March. So in response to that, this was their response. And you got to remember, what did the Most High call Ishmael? He said he's a wild man. You want to mess with him? Kicking in his door in his supposed his holiday, he goes back and launches thousands of rockets on your and this is supposed to be the closing of their of our, it's really our culture, but of the high holy day that they celebrate, right? So they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose. Why? Because you was messing with them. And why? Because the vanity, not the vanity, they thought that nothing could happen to them. Right. They thought that nothing could happen to them, and apparently something could. They thought they couldn't be touched. That Iron Dome kept them safe. Nah, Slim. It don't keep you safe. Right. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it nothing. Let's keep going.
Hamas spokesperson Khalid Kadomi told Al Jazeera that the group's military operation was carried out in response to a state of provocations.
A spat
of provocations by Israeli politicians and settlers at Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque, among Islam's holiest sites, and to decades of violence and discrimination suffered by Palestinians at the hands of Israel.
All right, let's hold that. Put a pin in that. Let's go to that other article that I sent you. Now it said in here, this is a spat that had to deal with violence and discrimination suffered by the Palestinians at the hand of Israelis, and it has a lot to do with the settlers in this area. Let's read about these settlers again. Like I said, and well, let me expand on that. In 49 or in 47, when they first came over there was a land that they was given, certain area, certain location that they was given. They said, this is your land, and they split it amongst the Palestinians. Half of Jerusalem was Israel, the other half was Palestine. And they put them in the Gaza Strip and also in the Golan Heights. Now, technically, Golan Heights is not Iran, Syria. That's actually Syria, right? These Edomites are so brash, so bold and brazen in what they do. They just kept encroaching, and taking land, even though they came up with an agreement saying, hey, this is yours, this is ours. You stay over there, we'll stay over here. They said, damn that, I want that now. Damn that, I want that now. I don't know if you know this, but once upon a time, not too long ago, R&B and hip hop was despised by our oppressor. But since we made it so cool and we made it so flavorful, they're like, man, I want a piece of that. I want a piece of that. And they came in and infiltrated, our stuff and made it into what it is today. Made it into what it is today. You know what I'm saying? Just like they do everywhere. They see something, even if they come to an agreement, because it's very similar to what's going on with our Native American brothers and sisters. How they say, hey, this is your land, is your treaty. Yep. You can do with it what you will. 2 minutes later, you'll be like, on second thought, hold up. I like that right there. Hey, y'all, just come on over here and go ahead and take it. But hold up, you just said this is ours. You can't, man, all that. All that. I'm going over here. Yeah, exactly. The nature of the beast. This is what they were doing until they had a war. They actually had, quote unquote settlements that went into Egypt. You hear me? They went into Egypt and it was calling it Israel. I don't know if you know this, but the land of Israel right here, the nation of Israel right now is not the whole nation of Israel. There is damn near the whole Middle East is Israel. It's bordered by 4 rivers, and one of those rivers is the Nile River. They wanted to go past that and claim it was theirs. You see what I'm saying? These cats are ridiculous. Right. Even according to biblical, the Bible, where it says, our borders, not theirs, our borders, they try to claim past it. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. It applies to Esau. So let's read what these settlements is all about.
Israeli settlements or colonies are civilian communities where Israeli citizens live, almost exclusively of Jewish ethnicity.
So these people just come in and say, hey, I want to I want some more land. Oh yeah, we got some more land out there by Gaza. We'll just evacuate a whole village, and then you can go out there and stake your claim, right? Let's keep going.
Since this built on lands occupied by Israel since the Six-Day War in 1967, the international community considered Israeli settlements to be illegal.
To be what?
Illegal. Under international law.
So everybody believes that this is illegal. It's not just Palestine. It's not just Saudi Arabia. It's not just Jordan. It's not just Syria. The international community is saying, man, this is illegal. You can't be doing this stuff. But the pride of thine heart deceiveth thee. The pride of thine heart deceiveth thee. They think that they can just do anything they want. And they claim that they're the people of God, so they can do whatever they want. If you say that it's illegal, you're anti-Semitic. That's what they would say. If you do not believe what we believe, you are anti-Semitic. These are our lands. We're gonna do whatever the hell is we want to do. It sounds like manifest destiny. That's how they took the land over here from the Native American Indian brothers and sisters. Let's keep reading.
Settlements to be illegal under international law, though Israel disputes this.
So there is international law, but Israel is saying, it's not illegal. But the international law that is there before them says it's illegal. But they're like, nah, forget that. Get all you saying. Let's keep going.
Israeli settlements currently exist in the West Bank.
In the West Bank is where the Palestinians are, which is where they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be in Israel altogether, right? But let's keep going.
Including East Jerusalem.
Just like I said, East Jerusalem was supposed to be to the Palestinians. Why are they encroaching on the land that they agreed to give them? Keep going.
Claimed by the state of Palestine as a sovereign territory. And then the Golan Heights, which is internationally considered Syrian territory.
So internationally considered Syrian territory. So this is supposed to be a whole nother nation. A whole nother nation. So these are the settlements that Israel is going in on. And you wonder why they just woke up one day and, decided, hey, we're going to shoot off a few thousand, rockets. You just wonder. They shouldn't have done it. Everything should be done peaceably and in order. But I got to say, I understand why they're doing it. I understand. And why am I smiling? Why? Because get me Matthew 24 and 6. No, start at 3. Wait, hold on.
You said Matthew what?
24. And start at 3, yeah.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives.
Hold on, real quick. So this Israeli war, it affects so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This is the reason why it affects us. And I'm praying for it to happen more. I want more of it. I want Ukraine and Russia to fight. I want others to join in their fight. I want Hamas to fight Israel. I want that. I want Iran to join in so that UK can join in, and then US can join in, and then Saudi Arabia join in. I want that. I want it to happen. And plus, that is the perfect location. What is it called? The Valley of Jehoshaphat. The perfect location. Gather everybody up over in there. And this is why I want it to happen. When Christians say they pray for peace in the Middle East, they pray for wars to stop, you are not a follower of Christ. You hate Christ, and you don't want him to come back to save you. Keep reading.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end, and of the end of the world?
So the disciples are saying, hey, we know you're about to leave. We know you're leaving, but tell us of the signs that we should look for that's going to tell us that you're coming and the end of this stinking kingdom is going to be about. That's what the end of the world is. That's the end of the world. And the new world order that's coming is going to be Christ's kingdom. It's going to be the Most High kingdom under Christ. That's going to be the new world order. So listen to the signs that Christ is saying. Keep reading.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Be very wary. Don't let nobody deceive you, because a lot of Christians out here, they are deceived by their Christian pastors, pimps in the pulpit, saying, pray for Israel. Pray for Ukraine. Let them stop fighting. We need to stop fighting. Don't let them deceive you. Let them keep fighting. Let them keep fighting. This is another reason why you should not be in Esau's military, because they're gonna have you fighting wars that has nothing to do with you.
Right.
Has nothing to do with you. Why? Listen to this prophecy that Christ said to his disciples. Don't let nobody deceive you. Keep reading.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And
hold on, he said, just someone. There's going to only be one person coming in my name.
For many shall come in my name.
So many. So theft your dollars, and TD Snakes is going to come in, Christ's name and deceiving everybody. Everybody. Deceiving everybody. Right? Keep reading.
And ye shall hear of wars.
What? He shall hear of, Ukraine versus Russia.
Wars.
Hamas / Iran versus, Israel.
Wars.
What they call it? January 6th versus the White House. You shall hear what?
Wars and rumors of wars.
And rumors of wars. This is one of the signs that's supposed to be happening, that's going to happen, that is actually happening right now, that Christ is coming back. Keep reading.
And see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must
okay
come to pass.
All these things must come to pass. If you want Christ to come back, they ask him, what's going to be the signs of your coming and the end of the world? Wars and rumors of wars. Wars and rumors of wars. It must happen. These things must happen. Just like in Revelations, it says, behold, the third woe. Third world war is coming. These things must happen. Is there anything else on this?
There's a little more.
Keep going.
Must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation.
Nation shall rise against nation. The nation of Israel, which is Esau, against Hamas, which is Ishmael. Nation against nation.
And kingdom against kingdom.
The kingdom of, Russia versus the kingdom of Ukraine and France and Britain and the U.S. and Spain.
And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Didn't they just have an earthquake in Morocco? I don't know when was the last time. Oh, and Turkey. I don't forgot about Turkey. Turkey, yeah. It had a damn monsoon flood, not a typhoon, a tsunami over there and
was it Calvin?
No, it was in
I know the place that it happened. I thought one was Calvin.
It was what was it? It's not Jordan, Jeddah, not Jeddah. It's one of the northern African countries.
Then
what?
So then
yeah. One of them northern Africa, Libya.
No?
Yeah. Killed thousands of Slovakia. I don't like that word.
Maybe
It turned thousands of people into hashtags. Thousands.
I like that.
I got a list of them. Slovakia. I got a list of them. It put thousands of them on t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Diverse places, pestilences, famines. We just had COVID. And it's still here. Monkeypox, still here. All of these things must happen. The wars and rumors of wars, just the beginning. We got all these things that happen. Kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. Keep going.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
All these are the beginning of sorrow. This is just the beginning.
That's right.
This is just the beginning. Now, what is he talking about? He's talking about the things that you will see right before he comes back. How many times we got to say it, but we're living in the last times.
That's right.
We'll keep your stuff straight. Keep your stuff straight. And you know what? You know what's heavy about this right now? We've been saying this since 1969.
That's right.
You can't say that about any other group.
Right.
You absolutely cannot say that about any other group. Why? Because all the other groups came from here.
Right.
All the other groups came from here, and the reason why they're not still here is because they can't follow orders. They want to save people who should not be saved.
Right.
Namely Esau. Why would you want to save Massa? Nah. Not on my watch. As long as the Lord Most High allows me to be a priest and prophet in here, I am going to obey him with every bone in my body, with every breath in my body. I am going to love my brother and my sister, and it has nothing to do with what Christians say. What his love is? Me telling my brother, hey brother, you shouldn't do that. That's not One West, man. That thing you just said, that was a pause-worthy event. That's loving my brother right there. That's loving my brother. Hey, Paul. Oh yeah, you're right. Don't tell me, Paul. Yeah, my bad. Salaki. He just showed me love. He didn't have me out here looking crazy.
Before Sunday.
He didn't have me out here looking crazy. He didn't have me out here. He looked out for me. That's showing love right there. We got anything else over there? All right, with that, I pass the class priest over to Priest and Officer Barack.
Good enough for you. Security announcements. We at the I.S.U.P.K. The 1 West 125th Street of Harlem, New York, under Commander Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves in the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. TITHES, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and is pronounced ma'ashur. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you get to the treasure department or teacher. There's a priest fund. This is a free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. We just finished off the Feast of Tabernacles in the UK. Definitely want to give them a hand. Give them a hand. Having a shot. And Captain Nakata did an amazing performance. The classes, Jeremiah, Young, the classes was fire. Following the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles, you now have the Feast of Dedication. The Jewish man calls it Hanukkah, but that's bastardized in Yiddish. It's really Hanukkah in the Hebrew. That's the 20th. That's the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. This will be held on Thursday, the 7th of December, 2023 of this year for 8 days. And you can find this in 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. Of course, when it comes to holding that feast, you want to stay in close contact with your camp leader in your state, in your zone, as far as where that feast is going to be held, food, items, anything that you would like to bring, brothers or sisters and families. Of course, right now, you can still catch about that 30 minutes of 12 Still Jeremiah's class. He's teaching a heavy topic right now, just like Officer McCross was on the Hamas and Israel event that's going on over there. You definitely not want to miss it. If you want to understand what's going on over there, World War III and the whole 9 yards, Tune in for the last 30 minutes on I.S.U.P.K online classes live on YouTube or Facebook. Right now, General Muhammad is going into it. Commander Yahanna will be going live right after on Black Watch News, America on Fire, Commander Yahanna channels. Look that up. It's beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's definitely out. The general, you understand, is going to be going straight into what's going on over there in Israel and with Hamas and the bombings that's taking place over there. That's beginning at 9 p.m. You don't want to miss that class at all. That's starting in about 30 minutes or so. All right. Anything you want to add on that?
Wow.
All right. I believe at the end of the month we got the Southern California cookout that's taking place. You understand? If y'all want any, if y'all plan to attend, definitely stay in contact with your caterer. You know, get your rides and affairs and stays in order so that you can be able to attend that event. It's a full-blown weekend event that's going over there in Southern California. Remind Aki and Akwaki to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If your brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and a scarf. And with that, I say Amajin, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajin, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh, class dismissed.